Was Steven Gerrard really that good? In this video, we're going to take a look at whether Steven Gerrard was really that good. Liverpool are a club of extraordinary proportions, a club where Anfield Nights in the Champions League leaves clubs like Barcelona reeling, a club whose history dates back centuries, a club that has produced legends like Kenny Daliesh, Ian Rush and Robby Fowler. And up amongst these names is Steven Gerrard. But with his infamous slip during the Chelsea game in the 2014 Premier League campaign, that led many people to wonder if Gerrard was really that good. But a man like Steven Gerrard merits respect. But what were all the qualities that he had that merited him an imperishable position in the list of Liverpool's greatest legends? We'll take a look at that and find out whether Stevie G was that good, and be wondering if this question even makes sense. But before that, we'd like to tell you that these videos come to you for free, in order to show support to our channel, which is there to entertain you with the most exciting things about football. Please subscribe to us with the notification bell on. Also, don't forget to give us the thumbs up if you enjoy our videos. Okay, now that you've done that, let's dive right into answering whether Gerrard was really that good. The boyhood dream. Born in Houston, Merseyside, the first professional contract that Steven Gerrard signed was for Liverpool itself. He studied in Cardinal Heenan Catholic High School in Liverpool, and the first club he played for was Houston Juniors, which he joined when he was just 9. The main reason that he studied in this school is because of the fact that the school was rated higher in football than any other school in the area. In his autobiography, he's revealed that he signed his first contract for Liverpool on the 5th of November 1997. After signing for the club, he played a total of 710 matches and scored 186 goals. Not only does he feature in the top 5 in terms of the number of appearances he made for Liverpool, he also belongs to the top 5 in the number of goals scored for the club. Maturing into the captain of the club. It was around the end of 1998 that Steven Gerrard made his Liverpool debut. It was in a match against Blackburn Rovers in which he came on late as a substitute. With time, he settled into the midfield of Liverpool, often partnering with Jamie Redknapp. When he was barely out of his teens during the 1999-2000 campaign, he suffered a plethora of injuries, which saw him go through a string of operations too. The turn of the century saw Gerrard mature into the legend that he would later become. This came with regular playing time, as he played a half a century of matches for Liverpool in the 2000-2001 season. Apart from scoring 10 goals, he was able to get his hands on 3 major trophies for Liverpool: the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, which was then referred to as the Football League Cup, and as a winner of the Europa League, the UEFA Cup. It was no surprise that he was also the winner of the PFA Young Player that season. Gerrard added the FA Charity Shield and UEFA Super Cup to the list of trophies he's won with Liverpool. In March of the following year, Gerrard bagged his second Football League Cup with Liverpool. It was during the performances in the various wins Liverpool had with Gerrard that everyone recognised the wonderful leadership abilities that Gerrard had and was promoted as captain of the club. The magical night in Istanbul. The Champions League final that Liverpool played against AC Milan has got to be the best Champions League final of recent times. With Liverpool reeling 3-0 down at the end of the first half, it seemed all but dead and buried for Liverpool. It was Gerrard's header in the 54th minute that gave a glimmer of hope for the Reds. And when Gerrard won a penalty in the 60th minute and Xabi Alonso scored, the 3-0 deficit that was lurking 6 minutes ago was squared at 3-3. With Dudek's heroics at the penalty shootout, Liverpool secured a most famous Champions League win in 2005. The man of the match of the final, Gerrard, was also named the UEFA Club Footballer of the Year later. The time when Gerrard almost made a move to Chelsea. In the 2003-2004 season, Liverpool weren't able to get their hands on any silverware. Though Gerrard never dreamed of joining any other club as he lived and breathed Liverpool, his mind and heart were at loggerheads with regards to staying at his boyhood club. After Roman Abramovich took over the London-based club, they wanted a series of marquee signings, and their eyes were set on Gerrard, who was quickly becoming one of the best box-to-box midfielders. And despite captaining Liverpool through a miraculous night in the Champions League as they came back from 3-0 down to beat AC Milan, Liverpool's Gerrard seemed was destined to stay at Liverpool. The words of Gerrard shared with Sky Sports News gives us some idea about the state of mind of Gerrard then. The last 6 weeks have been the toughest of my life, and the decision I have come to has been the hardest decision I have ever had to make. I fully intend to sign a new contract after the Champions League final, but the events of the past 5 or 6 weeks have changed all that. but he stayed at Liverpool until the end of the 2004-2005 season, marking 17 seasons he played at Liverpool and becoming the legend he is at the club. More accolades to follow. At the end of the 2005-2006 season, Gerrard was named the PFA Players Player as he netted 23 times in 53 appearances. After helping win the FA Cup that season, Gerrard became the first player to score in the Champions League final, an FA Cup final, UEFA Cup, and League Cup. The fact that no one else has done it says how great Gerrard was, doesn't it? In 2009, the midfield maestro Zidane said a few words about Stevie G. Zidane commented, "Is he the best in the world? He might not get the attention of Messi and Ronaldo, but yes, I think he just might be. He has great passing ability, can tackle and score goals, but most importantly, he gives the players around him confidence and belief. You can't learn that. Players like him are just born with that presence." The EPL title that always eluded Gerrard. Gerrard's desire to win the EPL was something that always eluded him. With Suarez in peak form in the 2013-2014 season, it seemed that Liverpool were on their way to winning their first title in the Premier League era. But a slip against Chelsea saw Gerrard and the club crestfallen. Even in the final season for the club, Gerrard scored 9 times in the Premier League, and in 41 appearances for the club across all competitions, he had a tally of 13 goals. During his time at Liverpool, he was voted in the PFA Team of the Year 8 times, something that no other player has been able to achieve. Performances in the national team. Gerrard vice-captained England during their golden generation, but just as Peter Drury once remarked that England was the ultimate tournament underachievers, even a team full of superstars wasn't able to get their hands on the international trophy. In a total of 114 appearances he made for the club, he did manage to score 21 goals though. Jordan Henderson also said about Gerrard that the Liverpool legend was probably the best player this country had ever seen, not only as a player, but also as a leader and a captain. In the 2014 FIFA World Cup, Gerrard captained England, only to be kicked out of the group stage. They hadn't lived up to the expectations back in 2010 as well, where they crashed out against Germany 4-1, though we are still left to wonder what would have happened if goal line technology had been used then. In the World Cup before that, Gerrard was England's highest scorer in the tournaments. Was he really that good? A magical Champions League win, voted in the PFA Team of the Year an unprecedented 8 times, 9 title wins, and an ability to lead the team like no other man. Gerrard was really as good as he's talked about. You can't deny that when Zidane says so, at a time when Messi and Ronaldo were in their primes in 2009. Yes, the English Premier League eluded him. Before Jurgen Klopp managed to secure a Premier League title for Liverpool in the 2019-2020 season, it was thought that Liverpool were in some ways cursed to not win it. Gerrard even admitted that there are still days when he drives a car that he wells up thinking about that infamous slip. But a player of his calibre shouldn't be judged merely on one noticeable mistake. The fact that Sir Alex wanted to get into United and wasn't able to shows how much Liverpool meant for this man. Even Sir Alex called him a top player, though he did say that he didn't regard Gerrard as a top player. What do you think about the greatness of Gerrard? Please let us know in the comments down below. With unerring dedication for the game and for his boyhood club, Gerrard generated a generation of Liverpool fans throughout the world. He's a great example of a one-club man, and though there will be differing opinions about different players, Gerrard was definitely a cut above many others. And don't forget to send us a thumbs up in case you liked the video. Please subscribe to our channel to not miss out on new videos. We'll see you soon with a new footballing video, but in the meanwhile, you can watch the video on the screen now, and we will see you in the next one.